And
Welcome back.
Dimble and James. Oh yeah.
Hey.
That.
Thing.
You didn't kill her, no?
Not yet.
Dimble and James, you were leading a certain what was his name? Ashton Voidstone to the mines, trying to distract him. He's got 2 guards with him, and both are sort of luring you along. You have dropped your weapons. James has a pistol though. Yes, Ashton Voidstone. He's quite a strong, tall-looking guard, basically the leader of the guards, of the Arcana guards on this planet, and he is basically being led by you to the mines. These 2 guards are keeping a close eye on you, and as you get to the mines, you can give me a perception check, Dimble.
Okay. No, that is persuasion. That's not what I'm going to do. Perception.
From the corner of your eye, you actually see one of the dwarves just in the mines, sort of looking out at you, and it's one you recognise that was the one who was mostly talking to you and mostly planning things out with you of what you were going to do. And you sort of lock eyes with him, and he sees that you're with these guards, and he seems to just scuttle off down into the mines. Is there anything in particular you want to do, or just keep leading them down?
Just keep going down.
You keep luring them, and as you get down to the mines, the Ashton turns to you and it's just like, I don't see any sort of uprising. Are you sure you weren't lying to me?
No. There definitely is one.
Well, where are they?
I don't know.
Hello?
Hello. I suppose they're further down?
I didn't have my headset on. Hello.
I guess.
Hello. Give me a persuasion check. It's more just to see how being right now. Okay. He's not the brightest spark, so he's gonna. You stay close to me. Don't want you getting out of my sights. It sort of says that down to James and Dimble as he continues walking. He walks through a doorway, and that's where you know that the dwarves have just been hiding out. And as soon as he walks through the doorway, you hear in a low voice, "Get him!" And about 24 dwarves jump out with makeshift weapons and pickaxes and just wail on the guy. He doesn't even have a chance to react, as basically they all just run at him and just tear him to shreds with this ambush attack. It's not even no point rolling, because 24 things ambushing one figure, with no matter how much combat experience he has, he's gonna die. They just tear him to shreds, and with greedy, hungry eyes, they turn to face these 2 guards. The 2 guards are standing right behind you, and they immediately turn around and begin running. Do you want to do anything, James or Dimble?
Hey, thanks for the
guy
help.
with the cool name died.
Oh, dang it.
Rip.
Alright, so that was the dude that we get like held hostage by, right?
Yeah, that was the big powerful guy. He can't take on 24 dwarves. That's what they had been basically doing, was preparing an ambush in case anyone. Oh no, he couldn't have even tried. Like, he was a bit injured from something else. So, but this is basically, since you did a good job of convincing the dwarves to fight with you and stuff, that's basically the payoff, is taking out a pretty powerful fighter. So yeah, you see these 2 guards turning and running away from Dimble and James. What do 2 of you want to do, if anything?
Track them down and kill them.
If you want to attack them, you do only have your pistol with you.
Oh, that's true. I don't have anything.
Yeah, what do I even have? I might have my dagger, I guess.
Roll me sleight of hand, just to see if you do have your dagger, because I didn't really make you roll for it last time. Yeah, you have your dagger.
Cool.
Wait, can I charged shot on a pistol?
Yes.
Alright.
You do have your glove, because it doesn't really look that intimidating, so they won't have taken it off of you.
No, that's pretty intimidating.
I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay.
Use a charge.
So you shoot one of them. Just give me a pistol shot. It's going to hit just, and I need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
that's
guy's body just seizes up, and the other guard turns and is like, "We got to keep moving," and sort of stops to go help him up. On the dwarves' turn, they basically just run up and attack the two guards, and there's a lot of them. So I'm not going to roll that many dice and just assume the dwarves tear them to shreds. You see a lot of them actually. Both of you can give me insight checks if you want.
All right.
Holy cow, my rolls!
Jesus Christ, Dimble, keep this up. Both of you definitely notice this. These dwarves are pissed off at those guards, and they are even the dead guard, the leader of the guards. There's some dwarves that hang back and just keep hitting it with pickaxes and just kicking the corpse. They're pissed off, but they seem to do a pretty good job of killing those guards. And you're basically out of things to kill. You're not captured anymore, and all of the Arcana guards on the planet are dead, or the one survivor is currently knocked unconscious. So yeah, what do people want to do now?
Well,
So
we haven't grouped up. We haven't grouped back up with the other people yet, right?
Yeah.
You
so
haven't.
We have?
we have not. So we should
You haven't
do
yet,
that.
Yeah, you sort of eventually sort of go back to the Arcana building and realize, oh well, they killed everyone, and have got this. They actually didn't kill one of the guards. One of the guards was stuck in the cell, but I'm going to assume that you put Jung Mei in another cell and take off all of her magic casty rings. Yeah, because that makes logical sense. And you've got this one guard and this one Jung Mei spellcaster trapped. They wake up after a while, but everyone has grouped up now. Everyone's calmed down, and that's basically the environment you've got right now. The dwarves are mostly just having a party in the streets right now. They're just celebrating. They don't care about anything. They've thrown off their shackles and are all just having a party. They're all very prematurely celebrating.
I'm gonna go talk to those dwarves.
Okay, you go up to the dwarves. You find the one you've been talking to mostly. It's this older dwarf man, and he's like, "We cannot thank you enough for what you've done for us."
Yeah, we our whole mission of coming here, right, is to destroy these dictators of the galaxy. They've been doing this like all over the galaxy, not just you guys, obviously. And we're trying to rally as many troops as we can to help take them down. Do you think you could help us out? We can give you all the supplies, we can give you food, and then after just a little bit, we can bring you back here.
We can?
He seems to be looking like down and at a thoughtful for a while. Give me a persuasion check.
All right.
He looks around and he's like, I'm not going to make my compatriots do anything, but I will ask around. I'm sure there'll be several people who would be happy to help take down these slavers. And he sort of begins walking around, just taking quiet words with some of the older dwarves. The secretaries and the other non-fighty Arcana staff have basically all just been hiding in the lower levels. They're basically just cowering under their desks, and some of them have ran off to their ships and start flying away. There's just too many to actually be able to keep track of all of them, but some have managed to run off.
We've got an open spot.
They would be, yes. They most definitely would be dead.
I mean, I missed this thing.
Actually, did you avoid them? No, you didn't even avoid them. You just killed basically every guard you came past. Yes. She comes to, and sort of just woken up and just looks around the cell. Like, she's very angry, but she's also very injured, so she doesn't really say much. Just give me an intimidation check. She's already pretty scared, pretty beaten up, and pretty much in a very lost situation. But you can definitely intimidate her some more. So give me an intimidation check. Just to see how generally scary you're being. You're pretty intimidating. You've got this a very menacing look on your face. And she does seem to be taking this much more seriously than she did before.
Whoa.
She didn't say anything. Sort of just seems to be looking down at her feet. When sort of looks for words to say. She just seems to be thinking very carefully. When Breezewind hears about this, she will give you more misery than I'll ever experience at your hands. Oh, you should be. I've read upon you, and I know where you're from. I also know something about, well, someone quite close to you. I don't know.
What?
Wouldn't you?
You cut
Oh,
out.
I know who. I just don't think you would like to know who. Well, you'd like what I know far less. Oh, I don't care about how you feel. I just don't feel like giving up valuable information to you. She thinks for a moment. Okay. Bring them on. Okay, you got to call Loen. Yeah, you find him.
Loen.
Is Loen coming up near the cell?
Oof.
Looks at you. Yeah, no, she just looks at you quite curiously. Seems to like have this sort of look of familiarity, but she doesn't really say anything. Definitely seems to be thinking something like that, like, where do I know you from? But she doesn't really say anything. She's standing like in the middle of the room, so she's about 5 feet from the bars. So she's definitely like, you can't really reach her unless you really tried. Okay, so you're unlocking the door to the cell. Step inside. Okay, you unlock the door. She sort of just steps slightly backwards. She's like, that oaf. I would have killed him years ago. You've done me a favor.
Happy birthday.
I'm gonna punch her in the stomach. She actually does like, you don't need to make a roll or for anything. You just punch her solidly, and she just doubles over and starts coughing. It's like, I faced much worse than this.
Ooh, feisty.
Okay. Give me a strength check, because that's not an easy feat.
Yeah,
You grab this small tiefling ear and you pull on it hard, but it basically just yanks her head with your hand. It's like, get off of me. She's gonna punch you in the dick.
I don't know.
She misses. She hits, but it's like it doesn't do anything. It just like bounces off your armor. She's not very strong anyway, so it probably wouldn't have done anything. But Lol. Okay, you punch her again. Just give me an attack roll this time. Yeah, you punch her and you hear some bones crack. She looks down and you see some tears are beginning to form in her eyes, but she stays standing and she's like, "This is just going to do nothing for you. I'll never tell you what I know." Okay, so you sort of Lowen stepping out, Astra stepping in, and what are you saying? Okay, so the door is unlocked. Lowen's outside, staying on guard. Okay. Okay. Do you even have any lay on hands points left? You're going to take a long rest after this anyway. I'll say you do, because... Oh, you use Cure Wounds. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can use Cure Wounds. You're going to take a long rest very soon anyway, so don't really worry about using spell slots. Yeah, use Cure Wounds. You heal her up by some. She winces in pain. Oh, it was worth it, Myra.
Wait a minute.
Okay, are you going to lock her in? All right. Sean starts walking around and is just basically talking toward the doors, sort of wondering what happened. And eventually, he comes up to Dimble and James, who are sort of nearby each other, and he's like, "Hey, I can't see Sherry anywhere. Do you know where she is?"
Oh god. Okay.
He approached Dimble and James.
Oof. Hmm. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder.
it's quite awkward because you're quite a lot shorter than him, so you sort of have to. Sean is also quite tall. He's yeah, so you sort of have to reach up quite a bit, but yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry?
She's not with us.
Well, who is she with?
She's dead. That's what. It's a saying. She's dead. She died.
No, look, you're being die.
No,
She's
we
like
had to
super.
fight
She's
a
like a super good fighter.
dragon, and
Wait, are you being serious?
yeah.
Like serious?
Think I joke?
He sort of like looks a bit just like shocked and is like, oh. And he just sort of seems to be like just paralyzed. Astra's currently like this is sort of going on while the whole interrogation thing is going on. He just sort of stands there and just like basically just not moving. He's just very clearly in thought.
I don't know how to respond to that.
That's rough, buddy.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know how to. I don't know.
It's okay. We should go to the ship. And he just sort of slowly starts walking off to the ship. And that's about that.
I'll just let him like think it over in the ship. I guess I don't know.
Okay. So what's everyone doing now? That's sort of everyone can now regroup if they want. The dwarves have basically got all of the rest of the Arcana people who are here just trapped in the Arcana building, and they're just sort of keeping an eye on it. You want to check the ladies' room? Oh yeah, go upstairs to her office. Yeah, you go up to her office. It's quite lavishly decorated with a lot of red and purple paints and paintings. Quite a lot of paintings of tiefling. She does have a very large red ornate chest. You open it up. It doesn't have. It is locked, but you actually use her own key to open it up, which you got from when you took all of her stuff off there. And inside, you find a bunch of paperwork. Okay, you take it all. It's quite a lot, but you do manage to get all of it up. It's quite a lot of things in binders. There is her own personal computer, which you could look at. Okay, you take it with you. So you're basically just taking the everything else. Not much of Yandy. You can see the cooking pot and stuff like that, but most of it's gone. Only his head remains, basically. Okay. Alright, you go down. So everyone's sort of grouped up, and Astra's basically talking to everyone, being like, "What are we going to do with this woman?"
What does she know that the rest of Arcana doesn't know?
I'm also adding something quickly to Lime's character sheet. Not Lime's character sheet, but an item that she got. You don't need to attune to it. That's one of the things you basically got off of her when you took all of her stuff off her. Laura sort of just also just like, well, she's pretty powerful, but she won't be able to do. I fear that if we do let her go, Arcana's already going to be going to this place, but it will take them a couple of days to get here. I'm not fond of the idea of killing her, but I can't lie. It would be one less person to deal with later.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way we can convince her otherwise. As in, like, come with us. So I think we have to deal with her.
I just realized the general stuff that the robe has a lot of torture equipment.
Pardon?
That the what has?
The robe of useful items has a lot of torture equipment.
Yeah, fun.
A sack, a hempen rope, a dagger.
Oh yeah, Dabo, you can level yourself up, by the way.
I can? Oh,
Yeah, everyone's leveled up. You were
No,
just the last one here.
You can't.
No, you can't. Everyone else can. Everyone else gets leveled up. You don't. No, you can level up.
Alright. Right now? Okay, hold on. Let me just go ahead and...
Yeah. It would be difficult to keep her captive forever.
That player's handbook is bent.
If we're going to just drop her somewhere, she'll probably find a way of contacting other people. And if not, she'd just starve to death, probably. Most of the planets that are uninhabited for a reason. in all fairness, the dwarves would have enough time to escape. There are many ships here from Arcana that they can just borrow to go to a more friendly planet. Even go back to James's planet, I believe. This isn't really anyone's home planet. It's more of a mining settlement place that people got brought to.
Yeah, I was under the impression that we would bring back the dwarves to
Yeah.
our planet to train and stuff and give food and everything like that.
Honestly, looking around this planet, it's actually basically a barren wasteland. Like no food could really grow on here. All food is imported and that sort of thing. So it would be a shitty home planet. Although some of the dwarves are quite young, you think they might have been born here potentially. Are you going to go up to a dwarf child and be like, "Hey, do you want to join us?" Because that's kind of creepy.
Well, I think we're bringing back all the dwarves if we're possible.
I'll assume you can because your parents, your parents, they'd be cool with it.
Yeah, we have a whole planet to keep them on. You know,
Not most parents would be cool with bringing back like hundreds of dwarves, but
do we have the space on ships?
you have like enough ships that if you like took a few Arcana ships and stuff, you could definitely get them all there.
Alright, let's put them all on our ship.
You definitely could not fit all of the dwarves on your ship.
Wow.
Your ship barely fits enough people as it is. Although you are one shorter now.
You severely underestimate my cramming skills.
So,
do we kill her or not?
Could we just bring her back to our planet for more information and more?
You do know that your planet does have prisons, but yeah, if you want to bring her back to XQ7, you can.
But just keep locked up.
Well, define locked up. You don't have like infinite space to lock people up in. You could just put her in the bag of holding.
Then she'd suffocate.
Yeah.
That's a good way to kill her then. Put her in a bag of holding.
That's a good way to kill her. Just put the bag of holding over her head.
You don't need any weapon. You can just walk around with a bag of holding and go around suffocating people.
I like this idea. I kind of want to start doing that.
Wait, what level?
Last boss.
Last boss just put a bag over her head.
I'm gonna guess the last boss has a head bigger than what the bag of holding allows.
Who knows? You don't know what the last boss is.
Do we have a boss? It's like the entire Arcana army, isn't it?
Well, you know everyone knows who the leader of the Arcana army is. Just nobody's asked me who the leader of the Arcana is.
Who the
Currently
Who's the leader of the Arcana?
Current leader of Arcana. Her name is Vanessa Breezewind.
Vanessa Breeze.
And she is a
She'll be a
grumble.
breeze. Don't worry about it.
She is a grumble, like Dimble.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So she'd definitely fit in a bag of holding.
Well, we have our plan now. Let's go do it.
Let's do it. I mean, I think we already figured it out. Let's go meet the boss. Breezewind, Stormwind. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Is there a connection?
Who knows? Is there a connection?
It connects.
Who exactly was Eve Stormwind? Who was she?
Eve Stormwind?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
She was the founder of Arcana. Indeed she was. It all connects.
Vanessa Breezewind. Eve Stormwind. Wait. Yeah, Eve Stormwind.
Well, the one thing you do know is that Eve Stormwind was Elven, and Vanessa is a Grumble.
And who says she couldn't have shapeshifted using the Torch of Power?
You never know.
Well, that's just the leader of the of the Arcana army, right? There's still a leader of Arcana, isn't there?
No, she is the leader of Arcana. Arcana has got several different armies and militaries, and there's so many leaders of individual armies and stuff. Like, for instance, Lime's boss, quote unquote, when she was at Arcana, would be very different from Astra's boss, if that makes sense. They'd have different leaders. Kind of like how James is the leader of the snipers at XQ7, but isn't the leader of all the armies.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I said Laura's boss. I said Astra's boss and Laura's boss.
Oh, I thought you said Lime's boss.
Did I?
I think you might have.
No, because Laura and Lime. I might have confused them. Who knows? We'll never know because nobody recorded this. Yeah, that's right.
Bongo is recording, right?
Yeah, I'm recording.
I mean,
It's the joke.
right, good. I know it was a joke. I wasn't actually sure he was recording it. Anyway.
Am I recording this? Let's check.
Wait, I need to.
Oh, start recording.
I've been looking
No,
through this
I'm
book. I haven't even got my health leveled. Okay, hold on. Isn't it like 1d8 health, right?
Yes, 1d8 if you want to go risky. Or it's 5 rather, if you want to go safe.
Okay.
Sorry,
so
it's just because
I'm
Goat
gonna
did the
take-
exact same thing.
Gonna take 5 real quick.
No,
Okay.
Goat did the exact same thing as you.
Get Rex Scrubs. How much max health do you have now?
55.
Oh, get Rex Scrubs.
It's still a lot for a sniper.
Wait, you had
rogue
54
person.
before?
Yeah.
Oh, we both had 54 then.
Oh.
But now...
Yeah, for the longest time, you guys had the exact same health, actually, I think.
Now, should I put up points in Warlock or a point in Rogue?
If you put a
Whichever
point
one
in
gives
Warlock,
the
you
cool
can
stuff.
cast Disguise Self whenever you want.
Alright, I'm gonna put a point in Warlock.
Which is fun.
Eldritch in Invocations.
Yeah, you can pick 2 of those things. And they're cool. Mask of Many Faces, I think, is what you want for the Disguise Self. You can also go invisible a lot more. Like, there's a thing where you can go into any dark area and become invisible.
That's
So
amazing.
just read through those. So yeah,
Uh,
Laura speaks out and it's like, well, it doesn't seem like we've reached a decision. I think we should just leave her. We're going to all be leaving this planet anyway.
I think we should take her with us and put her in jail. I think if possible, because I think
I'm fine with that plan too.
I think we get a lot of info out of her.
We do have a small cell on our ship as well, which would be perfect for storing her there.
All right. I can't click level 2 on my rogue thing. I can. I'm sorry,
It's
but
cool.
I can't edit the warlock level on that.
It's because you need to go into the thingy, the cog at the right, and then do it from there. It's weird. There you go, did it.
All right, cool.
Okay. Laura speaks up and is like, okay, so we head back to James's planet. Is that the plan?
I think so. Yeah. Bring as many droids as we can with us.
Very well. Astra, as you head onto the ship, you just see Sean basically just sitting at the steering wheel. Just very still. Yeah? Where are we going?
It's a great old one.
Tell me what? Oh, yeah, they told me. So where are we going?
Ooh.
He just sort of doesn't really respond. He definitely seems to be listening to you, but isn't really turning to face you or responding.
Where did...
It's fine. I'm fine. But I have an idea of where we should go. Have you heard of Planetara? Give me a history check. With advantage, actually, because you would have a slightly higher chance of hearing this than other people. And you actually do. You have heard of it before. It's a bit of a kid's story. A planet that's far away that brings the dead back to life. You've heard things about it, particularly being related to animals, and like the people there are big animal fans. It's sometimes talked about as animal heaven, and the spirits of all good animals go there. It's like, if they know how to bring people back to life, maybe that'd be a good place to go. Astra doesn't know. Well, Astra knows that she's dead. Astra doesn't know anything about that weird zombie stuff that happened. One thing I will say though, you're not entirely sure if Planetara is real. Like, it's kind of a kid's story, kind of like a myth, but you're not really actually sure if it's a real thing or not. You've mostly just heard it as like it's a kid's bedtime story when their pets die and the kids are really sad and they're like, "Oh, don't worry, your pet will go to Planetara and be taken care of by all the druids there." All right. I don't really know where it is, but I know roughly like where it might be, like which sections. So it might take some time looking around, but I can find it. All right. Basically, Laura finishes up talking to everyone, and she's basically delegated dwarves to go to different ships. She basically said, "You lot in that ship, you lot in that ship." She's taking the woman and put her in a cell, and she basically turns to everyone, like Astra, James, basically pokes her head into your ship, and is like, "All right, we're gonna head to XQ7 now, and we'll lock her up. Anything else we should know about?
Are they bringing doors with them?
Yeah, you're bringing doors with you. You don't have any on your ship, but right now, Loen, just give me a persuasion check, a general persuasion check, as you're talking around to dwarves, just to find one that wants to join your crew. Unfortunately, you ask around, none of them really seem to be interested. They mostly want to stick together. So yeah, Laura pokes her head in, looks at Astra and Sean, and is like, "Yo, we're good to go to XQ7 now. All the ships are loaded up."
I think so.
After, not really sure to be honest. Although I could ask around for more people. Naturally, working for Arcana so long, you know who Arcana's enemies are. I could probably get us some more allies. Oh, our differences are not put aside. And she just sort of leaves. It is. I'll type out that. It's literally Planet Era, but it's Planetera. I definitely wasn't struggling to think of a name of a planet, so I'm like, Planet Terra. No, that's actually not why. But yeah. Lata speaks up and she's like, "Aren't we going to XQ7? Also, I like how Dabo has officially convinced me that XQ7 doesn't suck as a planet name.
Listen, okay. I made that up in like 3 seconds, and
Did you just like spam random things on your keyboard?
kinda, yeah.
So
But it kind of works. I don't know.
Lata sort of steps forward and is like, "Really? I mean, we don't have a lot of time. If we need to go someplace else to get allies, do we really need to go back to James's planet?"
We just need to drop these dwarves off.
We don't have any doors on our ship. I'm sure Laura can lead them back.
Sadly.
So yeah, Lata just quickly pops out and tells Laura what's going on, that you're going to not be going to XQ7, and I'm assuming James basically just tells his parents ahead of time, "Hey, like 200 dwarves are coming." Is that what's going on? Dabo? Rip Dabo. So yeah, are you guys heading out now to Planetera?
Sure.
Okay, everyone is fully healed, fully spell slotted, fully everything. Everyone's got everything back.
I was getting a drink, but yes, I would do that.
Okay. But yeah, everyone's full on everything. You can fully heal yourself, fully spell slot, fully lay on hands, fully everything. Everything's back. It takes a few days to travel, and as you're traveling, you can talk amongst yourselves or do any RP you need to do. Do you need to do any RP? Yes, okay. I'm just going to keep track. Lowen's sort of checking the documents. That's good. I will tell you about the documents after we're done the RP and stuff, if you remind me, because I'll probably forget. So yeah, who's doing what on this days of travel?
I'm looking for warlock spells.
Okay, you go do that. Okay. Well, not great. Sherry dying has really not got me feeling great, but I'm glad that we're making progress. Well, maybe we can. If we go to this Planetara place and her spirit is good, then she might be there. Although, to be honest, I don't know how much of this I believe. Maybe. I'm glad to be here too, to be honest. I was having fun with the fashion, but it didn't really scratch an itch, I should say. Plus, I basically hung around with Arcana people all day, and now that I know that, I can't really to know what I know about Arcana. I can't really go back to just making clothes. Maybe. Very well. She definitely does seem a bit. Give me an insight check, actually. You know, it's actually fine. You probably would have advantage since something definitely does seem wrong with her, but you can't really piece it together. Something definitely seems to be weighing heavy on her conscience, but you assume it's probably just something to do with Sherry's death, and that with time she'll probably just be fine. Well, I don't feel guilty. He was going to attack me and my friends, and I defended them. I feel guilty that I don't feel guilty, I suppose. Also, I should probably have a confession. I was aiming at the other guard. True. I think I'll be fine with time. Thank you. Although I do worry about Sean more than I worry about myself. He seems to be taking the death of his sister too well? Okay. Is that what you're doing with Lata? Okay, does anyone else want to do anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Lime, would you like to do anything else?
I'm gonna whittle some stuff, you know.
Okay, you go over to Sean. Sean, you see, has been flying the ship mostly. He's sort of become the primary pilot, mostly because nobody else wants to do the piloting, because it's basically long, boring, and sitting around doing nothing. And he's just got a lot of maps out open, and he's just looking at the maps quite a lot as he's flying. That's basically what you see. Oh, I'm doing okay. Bit tired, but fine. Otherwise, you? And just doesn't. He seems to not really look at you at all. It's okay. I don't get much sleep anyway.
There's a spell called Weird.
What?
What?
There's a spell that's just called Weird.
Is that?
That's
Oh no, it's
interesting.
not Bongo. It's this.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Sorry,
Now
I
back
didn't,
to
mean
serious RP.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's pretty weird.
Wow. But
Only wizard.
It's not just a tale. I'm sure it's true. Okay, wait. I need to roll a dice. Okay. No, it's probably true. Plus, we'll just deal with it then if it's not true. You can give me an insight check if you want. You get the feeling he's definitely quite upset right now, and you sort of think you might be causing it. Like he might be getting upset by talking about it. You sort of hear a slight crack in his voice, and definitely doesn't seem to want to look at you. I'm pretty busy now. I just need to find this thing. So, could you give me some space? Astra, leave me alone. You can definitely tell he's getting quite. You can definitely hear his voice cracking more. He's not. He's becoming worse and worse at keeping up this act that he's okay. He's going to get up and be like, "I'm going to get some sleep," and just walks off to his room. You actually notice as he's walking away, he's definitely doing everything in his power to sort of keep his face away from yours, so you can't see his like facial expressions and stuff. Okay, Astra's calling a meeting. She gathers everyone together. I'll actually say you meet in Lowen's room because he's right now just looking through all these documents and laptop and just sort of scanning it for any information he finds. I'm pretty sure everyone told you this. Or it was mentioned around you. It will have been mentioned around you.
Senile with me.
He's like, what?
What?
I didn't hear nothing.
All you dang kids.
Oh, you dang kids. Loen, it's okay, just turn up your hearing aid.
Rose, I can pull a fast one on me.
Is anyone else talking? Or is it
No.
awkward silence?
Why would I talk?
I'm kind of looking for spells, but all right. So,
So, Bafra.
if we can convince him somehow now, I think that'd be better. But I don't know how I would do that. You're better at it.
Somehow, we have to keep him from getting his hopes up.
He's just going through grief. He'll be fine eventually. We just have to, like, I don't know.
Don't mention it. I'm sure you do the same for us.
Nani?
Oh god.
It was a Senile moment. I had to do it.
It's not like I like you or anything.
It's not like I like you or anything, you dummy.
Bubba Baka.
That sounds
So
too
yeah,
catchy.
is there anything that you're gonna do now? Anyone?
I probably should. Too lazy though. I need to find my spells. That's what I need to do. Screw RPing. I need to find spells.
Or RP screwing. That's my
fair.
preferred thing.
Wait. I broke the roll 20.
You broke the roll 20?
Wow, fucking breaking roll 20 for everyone.
Fucking
Oop, I fixed now. It was like
Loen.
scrolling half the screen and nothing else anyway.
Loen, you've read through all these documents, and most of them seem to be boring arcana things. However, you do find a couple of interesting documents. You find basically everything detailing a lot of shit that happened with Erik. You find basically old notes on everyone, and you, after reading through them, have a good idea about everyone's backstories.
Oh man, he knows my backstory.
Oh man, my backstory. Whew. Oh no.
James probably doesn't have a
I'll
backstory.
PM you the footnotes, basically.
James' backstory is probably that he's just the son of some like rich people or something.
I'm trying to find
Pretty much.
what backstory. What's a backstory? What's a wall?
Lime's backstory is literally just that she's a person who's trying to do something good but ends up killing people.
My backstory is pretty bad, to be honest.
And then my backstory is there's someone I must find.
Wasn't Lime like a taking it as a baby or something? I don't know.
Okay, no, that's my next character. That's literally what I'm planning for my next character, so please don't steal my ideas.
How do I add something? How do I add something from Roll20 onto the character sheet?
Go to the compendium thing inside of the game.
That makes sense. What?
So inside of the game, hit the I tab while you have your character sheet open, and then drag the spell over onto your character sheet.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bam.
Wham.
No,
Slam.
it was the only good spell I could find.
Unseen Serpent.
So yeah, okay, I just sent Goat basically all the information. Unseen Servant's pretty good.
I'm not sure how good it is for me, but like
It's fun. That's the important thing. As you're getting closer to the planet, you actually see in the distance, and Sean actually gets up from his seat and just looks up, and it's like, "Hey guys, I think I found it. It's this." And as you look out on it through the windows, you see a green planet, fairly small, and coated in a very thick green mist, like a peppermint green mist. Tall trees poke out of this fog, and generally can't really see much detail about it. So Sean begins flying closer. As he does so, you see something very strange. You see a thick black shape just fly out from the planet and immediately encircle your ship, crunching hard against it, and you hear loud sirens blaring as many alarms are going off. The windows begin to crack slightly from the pressure of this thick vine wrapped around your ship. Metal even begins to start creaking and breaking. Basically, everyone runs out of their rooms and like, what the fuck is going on? As this vine begins slowly pulling your ship towards the planet.
Okay.
What does everyone want to do?
So we are getting sucked in.
Yeah. You thought Astra was going to get tentacle raped at some point? Nope. The ship is getting tentacle raped.
Dang.
Even weirder
Not my fan.
fetishes. It's a bit too big for Astra. So is anyone going to do anything as this thing is basically pulling your ship down to this planet?
I don't know. I guess not.
Yeah, you can move to the helm of the ship. Sean is currently at it, being like, "Oh fuck, what do we do?"
We're all gonna die.
Okay. Are you just going to boost on? You boost the ship as fast as you can, which sends it closer to the planet. It actually starts. The tentacle starts pulling harder, and you're basically being plummeted even faster down to the planet.
Good thinking.
Full boost back. Sean turns to you and is like, "That's not a thing that ships do."
Full boost backward.
It was on my ship back in my day. Back in my day, we had boosts on all sides of our ship.
We had to walk to training academy uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways.
We didn't have any of this round wheel nonsense. No, we had pentagon wheels. Triangular wheels, so we didn't slide down the hills.
Oh god.
Back before the days of handbrakes.
We just had to put our hands on the ground to brake.
That's what we called hand braking.
Our skin would peel off.
That's why old people have such wrinkled skin.
Oh, Grandpa, tell me more.
Back in my day, we didn't have any of this dice bullshit. We rolled sticks. We would roll the sticks. We'd draw numbers on the sticks and roll them. I don't know what that was. That just happened. Rocks? You think we could afford rocks? Well, la-ti-da. I don't know what rich family you grew up in, but back where I grew up, it was sticks.
You'd be lucky to get a stick for Christmas.
In fact, the good kids got coal for Christmas. You don't want to know what the bad kids got for Christmas. No,
Coal.
not sticks.
Coal was the only
They got
thing that
coal
kept
too.
us warm.
But they got the shitty coal that doesn't burn well.
It was out in the rain.
Wet coal, yes.
Wet coal. Permanently
Specifically,
wet coal.
our parents would make it wet, ruining the coal.
What are you guys talking about?
I don't know, we went on a tangent, but it's the best tangent ever. That was fucking weird. But anyway, your ship's getting pulled down by a tentacle.
I don't care
Let's get
about
back
that.
to serious things, guys.
That's not up serious. Pretty relaxed. I don't know what you're talking about. You should really define the situation
Jesus
better.
Christ, how old is Loen? Shoot the cannons. Wow. Going back thousands of years.
Holy cow. That's a pirate ship.
I think Loen might have the wrong campaign. He should be directed to the shitty 4th campaign.
The 4th campaign was amazing.
It was amazing, but it was also pretty shit. It was both at the same time.
Guys, fighting every battle on a ship is a good idea.
I'm pretty sure RP was the only single thing that saved that campaign from being completely terrible.
No, I think Oscar did single-handedly.
Oscar
God,
just
Oscar.
randomly wild shape forming, wasting his point.
No, I think you remember when Oscar turned into like a dolphin and ate a message in a bottle,
And
then
then
changed back into Oscar, and it was like, oh well, that's gone forever now.
It's still in your wa- And then we tried to get Thundron to get it out, and he's like, "And nope."
Yeah. Anyway, back to campaign 5, a much better campaign, I hope.
No, this one.
This is 6th, isn't it?
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
5.
the 6th one.
No.
The
Five.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. I think it's. I don't know.
What was
What?
5 again?
Wait, this is 5. This isn't 6. It's got a V in the
Then
title.
then the other one was 3.
Dabo,
Dabo,
what are you on about?
are you having a stroke?
Dabo, can you hold both arms above your head for longer than 30 seconds?
Anyway, continue. What were we talking about?
Dabo having a stroke.
Tentacles, yes. So your ship's getting pulled down. Does anyone want to do anything, or are you just gonna let it happen?
I mean, in these kind of situations, you just gotta let it happen.
Light speed isn't a thing. Have you ever flown a ship before?
Guys, we're going to Plaid. I need to get this.
Eventually, after much bickering, the ship crashes very hard into the planet, and the entire ground shakes. Honestly, Astra, like Sean and Loen, the flight area of the ship isn't very big, and both of them were taking up quite a bit of space on it anyway. But yeah, your ship basically just crashes hard into the planet below. It's pretty busted up. It's not completely broken though, and you hear a strange hum in the air, like the hum of birds, but it sounds much deeper. Like the hum of hummingbirds, and it's very deep. Than it should be. Yeah, that's what happened. Your ship is like busted up, but you're on the surface of the planet. Currently, you're still inside your ship. Well, this is like not the worst landing you've ever had. I'm pretty sure you've had like 2 that have been worse than this, so it's fine.
There probably is.
You haven't been looking at
You
the right
see,
porn.
When one tentacle and another tentacle love each other very much.
Excuse Bongo, that's not how tentacles work. The tentacles don't love each other.
What kind of porn are you watching?
Clearly the wrong kind. Are you going to open up the door, Loen? You open up the door and immediately see 3 figures standing there. All 3 of them seem strange. They're female. I'm going to describe them anyway, even if you're closing the door. They're female, and they are kind of trunk people. They have skin made of bark. They're completely naked, but they all do have skin completely made of bark and hair that seems to be made of moss and grass. One of them seems to be holding up her arms and is muttering something under her breath, and you see a strange green miasmic glow around the tentacle that was wrapping around your ship.
Figure out if she has a stroke?
And yeah, are you just going to close the door on them? You hear a voice speak out, and it's like, "Step out of there immediately. If you mean to fight us, we shall fight back." They don't know we're here, guys. Just don't say anything.
Don't say anything. No way they know.
If you come in peace, then prove it. Step outside so we can see you.
Shoot. You gotta shoot.
Okay, step outside. You actually step a bit closer to these three women, and you notice their facial features are very muted. Their faces are completely made of bark, and so all of their facial, like their mouths and their nose and eyes, seem very expressionless, almost like a mannequin or something like that. But they still do move their mouths when they speak, and they speak to you, and it's like, please don't step any closer. And he's sort of standing a few feet away from them. Why have you come here? As you sit down here, you actually notice that one of these ladies is basically magically controlling that vine that pulled your ship down with this strange muttering. Is it the right planet? Sean seemed to think it was. This is probably the planet that the stories are based off of. What planet is this? Ah, this planet is Planetera. You see that two of them, the two that aren't holding onto this tentacle with magic, are holding sticks in their hands as weapons, like literal, just like almost like wooden clubs. They don't look very strong.
So
No, the sticks were the sticks were for the poor people. That is true. I mean, considering they are made of wood.
do they at least have coal?
You don't know.
Actually, oh.
Ah, you've heard the tales. Well, we do revive people, but well, is this your entire crew?
Oh, do we need more people?
You only see two. Only Astra and Loen are here right now.
Oh, I'm gonna come out as well.
Okay. Ah, another person. Is this your entire? Yeah, he doesn't know your name. Is there anyone else in your crew?
Hello there, James.
Sean is going to step out as well.
James.
I'd step up too, I guess. I don't
So
know.
everyone but Lata is now out. Is this your entire crew then? Kaji and I did say this before, but Kaji and Dwight, Erik is here, but Kaji and Dwight did not come with you on your ship. They went on Laura's ship, just so they're out of this story arc, because I can't be bothered to make up stories for everyone all the time. Erik steps out as well, so everyone but Lauta has stepped out.
And Erik says, "Yo."
Erik says, "Yo, fam,
No,
what's hanging?"
No, he would definitely say yo. And
He probably would actually.
And then he'd say something like, we come in peace, so yeah, don't try to kill us or anything."
Don't try and kill us.
Lit bark. I'm pretty sure that's an insult, lit, because they don't want to be set on fire.
Yeah.
Like, very well. Just follow us back to our village, and we shall explain the process to you. And they start walking away. This one that was muttering under her breath stops muttering, and sort of starts heading away. Okay. think it's 4 easy. But yeah, everyone sort of starts walking along. Lata's the only one left in the ship, and she sort of stays behind in the ship, which she's been doing basically in every other planet. She just sort of stays back. Sean is coming with you this time. They're clearly quite interested in this planet and trying to resurrect his sister. Yeah, they sort of start walking along. As they're walking, one of them sort of starts slowing her pace and sort of meeting yours. It's like, so where did you come from? Sort of just talking generally to everyone as they were walking. Wait, let me check my backstory. I will say, as you're walking, everyone sort of notices this. The ground is very rough and coarse, and there are huge trees here. Like, trees that are way bigger than any you've seen ever before.
Everywhere.
The ground is rough, coarse, and everywhere.
That's true.
But the sand here. Ava.
I'm not familiar with it. No, I've never left this planet. I was born here, and I shall die here.
Do you have a name for my planet?
I don't know, but honestly, your planet wasn't very important because you didn't really spend much time on it. You spent way more time on like Arcana space stations and all that stuff. Like, you know, you didn't really grow up on a planet as such.
Do you join our crew? Are you advertising?
I'm afraid I cannot leave this planet. It wouldn't be able to support my life.
Are you looking to join the greatest crew ever? Well, now's your
Jesus Christ.
chance. If you don't jump on the offer right now.
I'm priestess of Planetera. Oh, and what are your names?
Well, my name is Dimble Bongo.
Why is his voice? Why is Dimble Rauner's voice like this?
Oh, well, you see, for the low price of $99.99, you can find that out for yourself. Dimble expression.
Dimblex Bark Lady. My name is. Where is my name? My name is Gallia.
Gallia. I like it.
It's weirdly spelt. Like that. Because I can't write names normally. They have to be weirdly spelt. It is a pleasure to meet you. And the name of your companion that passed on. What's their name?
Sherry Sierra.
I shall look for them. Honestly, we don't specialize in resurrecting humans. I assume this is a human. Yeah, you know it's a human. Just so you know.
I don't know.
Honestly, we specialize in resurrecting the spirits of animals who died too soon. But we have resurrected other creatures before. It will just take some time to find their spirit.
Animals, you say?
Yandy, is this an animal? A wolf? Yes, that should be far easier than resurrecting your friend. She gets very awkward as you sort of swear so openly. Yes. We do not charge people or anything like that. We just believe, as priestesses of Planetera, it is our duty to resurrect those who have those innocent lives who have died. We are sorry for bringing your ship down so violently. We've just had people attacking us recently, and we've been a bit on edge.
I wonder how Lime talks in real life if she just like censors swear words. Like she'll just say bitch.
or she'll like she'll say the swear word, but she'll cover her mouth when she does it. Yeah, I figured. I think it's weird. I don't swear much either, unless people I'm around swear a lot. Like
Yeah, that's exactly.
I feel like
how
I sort of I try to match my level of swearing to people who I'm around. Well, there are some people who believe in that resurrecting the dead isn't a noble act, and we agree that necromancy is so wrong. But this is different to necromancy. This is putting souls back onto this plane when they've been taken from it too soon.
Do you believe in the resurrection? The concept itself is very interesting. It's all about it. That's for my business.
We are approaching our village, so please just come into our hut, and you see that the village is basically built out of the insides of trees. They've sort of hollowed out the insides of some trees and have placed colourful fabrics over the front of them, sort of cover them up a bit more. And she leads you into one of these tree huts. You see several more of these wooden women around, all female, and they all seem to be have the same wooden skin and moss hair, just generally walking around doing tasks. You see that they definitely seem to be magically talented as well, because most of them are using magic to sort of hang vines around or defend walls. They don't seem to be very strong physically, though, as most of them just have clubs for weapons. That's about all you see from there. And you're led into this tree hut, which is quite spacious on the inside. She seats you around these small stumps that have been brought in as seats. It's like, I shall begin looking for their spirits, but I'm afraid it might take me a few days of time. You're welcome to stay in the village, but I beg you, please do not kill any innocent animals here. We understand if you need to defend yourself, because there are some violent creatures, but please don't harm animals around here. I shall begin, and you see her eyes just flicker in her head, and she sort of begins muttering and chanting under her breath. Yes, it's. She sort of stays that way for a moment, and she sort of goes back into the room. She's like, "Yes, I can definitely do this for you. Your horse, your horse's name? Philippe. Okay, I shall look into this for you. Yes. In the meantime, there is something else. There's a druid who lives on this planet. There are a few humans who live amongst us, but it's very rare. This one druid came to us a long while ago, but he was a snake, and he tried to attack us in our sleep. See, he lives in a castle to the southern side of our city. It's a couple of hours of travel.
You cut out.
Did I?
I don't know if it was just me, but like I heard try to, and then
he tried to kill us in our sleep, and he lives in a castle on the southern side of the planet. We've been worried because we haven't heard from him in a long while, and we fear he might be planning something else. We do have guards, but we're not very strong.
We could take care of it.
Oh, if you could, that would be amazing. She actually walks up to James and touches you on the shoulder slightly. It's a bit unnerving because her face looks so strange and unemotional. She's like, it would be very, very helpful if you could do that for us.
It's my internet.
It's your internet.
Yeah.
She then sort of looks around and it's like, and she goes up to Loen's hand and begins shaking his hand. It's like, thank you, sir. It's very nice of you to help us. Loen, give me a wisdom saving throw.
And you said she touched my shoulder, and what happened?
She just sort of touched her shoulder, like, thank you very much for helping us, sort of thing.
Okay. That she was like,
but she goes up to Loen. Loen, it's Gallia. You remember Gallia? She's like a huge friend. She's totally trustworthy. She's like your best friend. Yeah, how could you forget about her? She's super cool. Definitely not untrustworthy in the slightest. Yeah, see? You totally trust her. You have so much in common. She's such a great person. You
So
totally
much
go to this
in
castle
common.
and help her with this problem.
So much in common.
She's great. Just so great. And she just goes up to Astra and is like, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. And just goes back to her seat. Are you saying that out loud? Okay.
Off the...
We're off the...
What? Tally ho.
He said, well, we're off then. Tally ho.
What? We're off the... Senile. He just forgets letters every now and then.
So yeah, if you want to head out to this place, you can.
Sure.
Okay. A dryad comes up to him and is like, you know these are dryads. I'm not going to make you like roll for this. You know the creatures are dryads, tree women basically. And another one comes up to you and it's like, I heard that you were going to deal with this threat, this man. I used to work quite closely with him, so I can tell you about him if you wish. Unfortunately, I can't join you. Like where he is, our kind cannot go because we cannot breathe the air. She gives you directions first of all to where the castle is, and says basically there's two ways of getting there. You can go through the woods, which is much safer from wild animal attacks, but it takes longer, or you can go through the meadows, which has a lot more wild animals, but would be very quick getting there. She also basically says his name is Kumoriash, and he's a very powerful druid. He can shape himself into many different beasts. He prefers beasts like spiders and snakes, poisonous creatures, and the like. He's not typically going to turn into things like wolves or bears, so you don't need to worry about those sorts of animals. If you need to stock up on anything, we do have some stores available for you here. Although I'm not sure entirely what we have will help you. Yeah, you go to a store and you see another one of these dryad ladies. One thing you notice, Loen, is they all look basically exactly the same. You're not sure if it's if it's an old man racism thing that is happening to you, but they all look exactly the same. You can't tell the difference between them.
Old man racism.
You know what old man racism is.
Okay.
Don't pretend you don't.
You're right.
No, it's not just you. I mean, everyone notices that. I'm just saying, since you're the one going to the store and you're seeing another one of these dryad people, you're like, oh, they all look the same. But yeah, you look at the wares, and they seem to be sell a lot of potions. That seems to be their main sort of thing. They've made potions out of mushrooms and plants and things, and that's mostly what they sell. They do also have some clubs for sale. Just seem like standard wooden clubs. You see some healing potions and some poison resistance potions. But that's basically all you see. Okay, buy some healing potions. How much money do you have? None. Well, then you can't buy any.
Does not understand how the economy works. Money for nothing.
You have 2,000. Okay, that's quite a lot more. You can buy a common healing potion for 100, or an uncommon one for 200. Never mind. Okay.
I will buy 1 uncommon healing potion.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually,
Sure. You can
2.
just add. You can add those to your character sheets and
I'm
get rid
gonna
of money
buy
and stuff.
15.
You're not going to get shagged off in some backwards shop. That could be taken in multiple different ways.
Yeah. Why would we do that?
Yeah, nobody's
That's
actually told
literally
Astra
only
about the
me.
whole
No,
demonic
'cause-
resurrection thing.
Was I told? I don't know.
You were there when it
I
happened.
was there.
It also-
Okay.
so yeah, you definitely saw this demonic plant woman resurrection thing.
So where is this demonic plant thing?
It sunk into the ground.
Oh. Oh.
So yeah, yeah.
What this planet reminds me of, guys? That one scene from Star Wars.
Sean speaks to him. It's like, wait, what? Sherry became a plant demon? Wow, you really are senile. And Sean just walks off.
Where did Darius go, by the way? Did he just not show up ever?
Yeah, no, he didn't show up. He disappeared again. Very mysterious, that guy.
What did you just?
Pretty sure he's like actually the devil or something. Like, actually
No,
Lucifer.
he can't be the devil. That would be crazy. He's definitely not the devil. Ignore that.
Ignore that. That's just I'm just reminded of it because all the plants here, you know. It's easy to forget, you know. Everyone forgets sometimes, you know.
Honestly, no one knows why it happened. All you know is, well,
I
James
do.
knows why it happened, but nobody else knows.
I'm not telling that.
You're not telling that.
No, I could have brought her back fully, but I said no to Darius because we had to sacrifice people for that.
Oh, I think you didn't make a deal with the devil.
I did.
Oh no, he just made a different deal with Darius, which
Well,
was,
it wasn't
oh yeah,
really-
it's okay, just resurrect her with the risky chance of her becoming a plant demon.
Would James get the choice to choose who would die?
Well, it was more a matter of, we can kill 2 people to resurrect
two
Sherry if you
willing
want.
people.
2 willing people.
Oh,
So
they have to be
they'd have
willing?
to.
Dang it! So we couldn't
Yeah.
just kill random guards from Arcana.
No,
Yeah.
that was specifically the reason why I didn't let you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
Nobody knows that James did it. Nobody
saying
knows
that-
unless James is telling you.
No, I'm saying this out of character.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly why I did it, because Astra would just sacrifice her. Or, yeah, she would just sacrifice herself.
Yeah, that's specifically why James didn't do it, because you
Yeah.
know that Astra and probably Sean would have done it.
And I think Erik and would have.
Oh yeah, or Erik, like several people would have done it probably.
It's a 2-for-1.
If only anyone had
Buy one,
Conjure
get one
Woodland
free.
Bean, most overpowered spell in the game.
Kill 2, get 1 free.
2 birds, 1 stone.
So yeah, what you guys doing? Still talking about this Sherry thing?
I thought it was just a sort of illusion or something.
Give me a deception check, James.
Oh.
And Astra can give me an insight check. I'm not going to let anyone else do it though, just because Astra's the one asking and is the one actually.
Deception.
Yeah, deception.
Ooh.
You don't think Dabo's you don't think that James is lying. You just think he might be hiding something. Like something about it that he definitely. You think he knows more than he's letting on.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I'm not suspicious.
I'm an honest guy who tells honest lies.
What would I be hiding? I don't know what. I haven't lied about anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you know he's hiding something, but he definitely does not seem like he's going to say. So
Yeah.
you can either push him harder or just drop it and drop the accusation sort of thing. Let's torture him. I kind of like Loen.
Just torture.
Loen, I will say about this point, Loen, you really want to get on with this mission. Because, you know, you really want to impress Gallia. You're like, come on, Gallia might think less of you if you're not getting on with it. Would Zone of Truth help? Zone of Truth would indeed help. It would make him unable to lie if he failed the saving throw. Although that doesn't mean he needs to tell the truth. It just means he can't lie. It doesn't mean he has to answer any questions. Are you going to cast Zone of Truth? Do you have it prepared? Oh, you do. Cool. So yeah, you drop this circle, and this bright light emits. James, you're currently in this area. It lasts for actually, I'll say everyone is in this area. So everyone, please give me a charisma saving throw. I will say that you can't, unless Lime, you can pick. Yes, you too, because you're in the area, which is fun. Lime, you can pick anyone you want to get a +3 to it. So as many people as you want to get a +3 to it. So you can basically make it so James doesn't benefit from your aura, your saving throw aura.
Wait, what's happening?
She's using Zone of Truth to try and make you tell the truth.
Okay.
Everyone give me charisma saves.
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone, because everyone's in the area. Ursnul doesn't need to because he's a robot. Sean isn't even here, so he doesn't need to. Okay, so Dimble and Astra still need.
Oh my gosh.
I think. Okay, I'm just checking. Just quickly check. Okay. So wait. Okay. Dabo, you're the only one who fails. Dabo, you must tell the truth while you're in this area.
Wait, he's the only one who failed?
Yeah, he's the only one who failed because you get a +3 from Astra, Bongo, and a saving throw and a DC saving throw is 14. So you just succeed. Lowen's like, come on, we need to go, guys. Sort of just like,
All right, let's go.
pressuring people to go. But yeah, while you're in this area, James can't lie. He doesn't need to tell. He doesn't need to like actually
Talk.
tell the truth. It's just a matter of he can't lie. So you can definitely avoid questions and stuff. You'd try pulling, but Astra's like, honestly, with a strength check of 9, you wouldn't even be strong enough to pull Astra because she's
like holding me.
Armor. No, not Astra's not holding you. Lowen's trying to pull you guys away from the ring and go on the adventure. Dimble's probably a little bit confused right now. Yeah, you don't even need to make a strength check. You just basically pick up Dimble and just like start going.
What the?
All right, can I just leave? Can I not just like leave?
You can walk out of the area if you want, but it would be very obvious,
leave.
even more obvious you're hiding things. Okay, you just leave the area.
I'll just be like, hey, we need. Oh, come on, we just need to go. There's nothing. I don't know. We're on a mission here.
Okay. Is Astra going to try and stop James from leaving? Or is she going to let him leave? Okay. Give me a strength check, and James, give me a strength check as well.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, Astra, you basically just put your one arm on him and just hold him in place. You're definitely much stronger than he is. You're currently stuck in this area, Dabo. It lasts for 10 minutes. But of course, you don't need to answer any questions.
I'm trying to answer that. Why are you like? Oh, why do you have to do this whole thing with the zone of truth? I mean, do you really not trust me that much?
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, that's not really a lie, so that's fine to say.
It wouldn't.
No, that's fine. You can actually say that. That's fine. So that's all fine. James hasn't told you a single lie. Yeah, as far as he knows, it's not going to compromise bringing Sherry back. since Lime knows this spell, she knows that they can't tell intentional lies. So if, like, you asked me what was Bongo doing last Tuesday, and I have no idea what Bongo was doing last Tuesday, me saying, I don't know, maybe he went to the park, isn't a lie, because it was not an intentional lie, you know? That was like the worst example I could have possibly used, but sure. Alright. Loen, since you're sort of leading the way, are you going to the wooded route or the meadows? Meadows, okay. Start walking along the meadows. The planet's quite pretty. It's got long green fields, and once you get out of this thick wooded area, I'm going to say you put Dimble down. Dimble's probably riding on Arsenal, to be honest. It's probably riding on Arsenal. Okay. Are you just holding onto Dimble and just carrying him? Okay, Dimble, you're getting a free ride, basically.
Okay then.
Senile old man. So yeah, you begin walking along these meadows. Eventually, James and Astra do catch up to you, and Sean sort of regroups with you as well as you're walking along. As you're walking, give me a perception check. Dimble, Sean, and Loen. Actually, everyone give me perception checks. You're all caught up with each other. You can all give me perception checks. Loen's blind. Bongo's blind.
Oh, that's not
Sean is blind. You're less blind. You're only blind in like one eye.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, you too.
Why do I keep closing my
James.
character sheet?
Because you're a dummy.
You.
You baka.
Oh,
Well, it's good to know everyone's blind.
I'm not blind. See. Alright.
I mean,
Less blind.
less blind. Dabo, you do indeed see it, just. You see a shadow moving around through the tree line, which is a bit like... you're on the meadows right now, but you are walking along the tree line to keep your bearings as you're walking towards the castle, and you definitely see a few shadows moving around in the tree line.
Oh, that's spooky.
It's currently daytime, but this fog is making it a bit hard to see through the tree line. And do you see these strange shadows? Are you going to alert other people that there's things around in the trees or not?
I would, yes.
Okay. So you sort of just say, like, hey, shadows. Everyone looks over, and you can now see, definitely there's something in there, but it's very hard to make out shape. They seem quite tall, about the same height as a human, or a humanoid, but they seem wider as well. They seem quite large creatures, just moving around. 3, 4 of them. Is Lowen going to start running? Charges. Okay. Oh, you're going towards the creatures.
What?
What?
Oh, okay. Well, fine. So where's Lowen running? Is Lowen running away from the creatures or towards the castle? Because towards the castle is sort of walking adjacent to them. Or are you running away towards the castle? Okay, cool. The castle you can actually just about see in the distance. Poking up above some trees, you can see a tall spire, a tall black spire. Oh, yeah, you're running towards it. Is everyone else running towards it, or what is everyone else doing? Okay. So James and Dimble are fine. I assume Dimble's riding on top of Arsenal.
Sure.
No, Dimble was being carried by Lowen, wasn't he? In that case, Lowen, Dimble, and Lime, you three sort of fall a bit behind as you're all running. James and Sean pull ahead, but the three of you sort of fall a bit behind. As you can see what these shadows are now as they burst out of the tree line, you see 5 tall black scorpions. They're ginormous.
Why would it be black?
Fearsome. What?
Why did it be black? Come on.
Why the fuck not?
James, are you sure you aren't the racist one?
I think we're both racist. Let's just agree. It's 2018. We can agree that everyone's racist.
Can we
Yes.
just be racist?
In the wise words of Anita Sarkeesian, everything is racist, everything is sexist, everything is homophobic. So yeah, you see these large scorpions just crawling out, running towards you. James and Sean manage to break away from them, but they do start catching up to Astra, Loen, and Dimble. Do you want to do anything in particular? You've got like one thing to do before combat starts.
Oh no.
If you can get away from them, that'd be good.
So run.
Well, Dimble's currently being carried by Loen,
Okay, so
but these things do seem to be catching up to you guys specifically. They can't seem to catch up to Sean or James because they seem to be running faster, but they definitely seem to be able to catch up to the slower people.
how much time do we have?
You've got about one round of combat, so
Well,
like
that's
one
6
full turn.
seconds.
About 6 seconds before they catch up to you.
Okay, that's not enough time.
Ursula is running to your side, by the way, Dimble, sort of staying by your side, and you think Ursula could probably outrun them as well.
Oh, cool.
And Ursula is definitely big enough to carry 2 people.
Oh, cool.
Okay, Loen uses his sort of turn to just like throw Dimble onto Ursula, and Ursula begins speeding up. So Dimble's not as not in trouble. But Astra, you think you just wouldn't be able to outrun them, and Loen is the slowest one amongst you, who definitely struggles to outrun them. Sean is just able to keep the same pace as the Scorpions, so he could definitely outrun them. It's just it would take a while. Not if you boost, yeah. So you're just going to activate your boost.
Got a blast.
Okay, you activate your boost, and you see Loen just darting forward. He actually manages to speed up, even reaching and passing Sean and Ursula. So now, Astra, you're the only one sort of lagging behind, as you see everyone else be able to run quite fast. Sean actually looks back and fires a grenade out of his launcher that seems to explode around the 5 Scorpions. Two of them seem to be coated in this thick crystalline solid material, and it seems to slow their movement slightly, but the other 3 sort of avoid it. Yes, I believe it would. Let me just check. I believe it increases your movement speed. I'll just check though. Yeah. For 1 hour, you would be fast enough to outrun them. So you should just use the spell on yourself, mark off the spell slot, and all of you are able to outrun the Scorpions. Eventually they get bored of you and retreat into the forest, but you're now kind of out of breath if you've just been running away from these things. Panting, you manage to reach an area quite close to the castle that you do a quick scan of, and it seems to not have anything nearby, so you sort of just take a sit down and take a breather. It's currently noon, so like you've got still quite a lot of time left, quite a lot of daylight left, and you see this castle through the trees. Strangely, give me investigation checks, I think, as everyone's just sitting around. Okay. Loen, you notice something in particular. You notice that the castle seems to emanate darkness, like the ground seems to be black and burnt, and the trees sort of seem to be withered and died the closer it gets to the castle. You assume there's something inside the castle that's making trees die, making all wildlife seem to die. You also don't notice any animals around the area. The castle itself is a 4-story building that seems to just it's very thin and very tall, so it's probably got its rooms, few rooms on each floor, but 4 floors. You see 8 gargoyles perched on the 4 corners, each of them looking quite menacing, with almost freakishly realistic teeth and manes. And you see a few possible entrances to the castle. You see a window on the ground floor and a door. 2 doors actually on the ground floor, and you see 1 window on the first floor that seems like you could climb up to easily enough. So yeah, that's what everyone sees. Okay, just going to grapple up to the first window. Yeah, you easily just shoot out your grappling hook and you pull yourself forward and you find yourself outside this window. You're on a small ledge and you see these two gargoyles sitting right on either side of you. Looking up close, they look really realistic. Well, very well made and quite well preserved as well. And you see this window. What is everyone else doing? Anyone else doing anything? As you just watched Loen grapple up this window ledge.
Yeah.
You can try. You can go up to the door and try. Okay, you walk up to the front door and you're just gonna try the handle. Okay, you touch the handle. Immediately, give me a Constitution saving throw. You actually reflexively pull your hand back as you feel a cool liquid coated around this door handle. Giving it a quick feel, it feels like poisonous. It's a poisonous substance. Your skin begins to rash slightly, but you don't take any damage as you very quickly wipe it off of your hand. There's still quite a thick layer of this strange goo around the door handle, which seems to be some kind of animal poison. Or venom, rather, because animals don't poison people. Yeah, you can knock on the door. Just give the door a few knocks.
I don't know. I think my dog tried to poison me last week.
Poison is if you eat it. Venom is if it's injected by teeth or something like that. Oh, and poison can also be inhaled or so it's inhaled, drank or consumed rather, and there's another way of being poisoned. I can't remember what it is.
Exhaled.
No, so it's either something you inhale, drink, and there's another thing that's poisoned, and I can't remember.
Injected?
Venom is only from bites. No, injected it would be venom.
Well, can't you
I'm trying
still
to think
inject
of this.
poison?
I don't know. We're
Inhaled,
not scientists.
Is it inhaled, consumed, or
inhaled, ingested,
something?
injected.
I don't think it's injected, but it might be.
I mean, how?
Pretty sure there's like some
Well, what if it gets in your
handbook
eyes?
on poisons or something.
I don't know. Who knows? I'm going to not Google this on my own time. But yeah, I know that it's poison if it's something you drink or inhale, and venom if it's something that you got bitten by. Well, that's like a good rule of thumb to remember things. But yeah. Are you knocked? Yeah? You don't hear a response. I like how you're just knocking on this castle door of this person who's apparently a super bad guy. You're like, la-di-da. Hi, we're here to kill you. James and Dimble, are you doing anything? Sean sort of just seems to be lurking around, just looking at everything.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay. So Loen, are you going to try and go through the door or the window rather, or what? Okay. The window does seem to be locked in place, so you'd have to break it to actually get in through this window because it's locked from the inside. Okay, you punch it. You don't even need to make a check. This window is pretty brittle. You just punch it, and a loud crashing sound happens as you spread this glass all over the inside of the room. It's somewhat dark inside, but with the daylight outside, you can see into it pretty clearly. It looks like some sort of bedroom with a few books scattered around, and you can easily climb through the window to get inside. Meanwhile, on the ground floor, Astra, James, Dimble, you guys doing anything? There's still a back door and a window on the ground floor if you want to investigate those.
Alright, throw a rock through the window.
Just gonna throw rocks through the window?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just see what happens when you do that. Oh yeah, you just throw rocks through the window. Breaks pretty easily. You think you could probably fit through?
Alright. So throw another rock through the window.
Pardon?
Throw another rock through the window.
Oh, you're just gonna throw another one through the window?
Yes.
Okay, you throw another one in.
Alright, I would like to throw another rock through the window.
Okay, you throw another rock through the window.
Okay, I would like to throw another rock.
You actually run out of rocks. Rocks are actually a pretty rare commodity on this planet, and you've actually wasted them. I don't think you know this, but back in my day, rocks were actually worth so much.
Oh no.
See, back in my day,
My
the
rock.
the rocks that are now diamonds were still rocks, but they were still worth the value of diamonds.
That's
What?
actually pretty interesting, except it makes no sense. So that's fun.
The rocks? No,
Yep.
they were rocks, but then the rocks became diamonds. The rocks were actually worth as much as diamonds, though.
Yeah. That.
Back in my day, rocks were sticks.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of true.
Back in my day,
Volcanoes.
Sherry was alive.
Oh, okay, that one wins.
Too
What?
soon for me.
Not soon enough. It should have been right after she died.
Can we get
So yeah,
cherry memes down?
you've thrown some rocks through the window and broken up the window. Meanwhile, Lowen is actually inside the house. Is James or Astra doing anything in particular?
Nope.
Okay. Astra, you? Or are you still knocking on the door, trying to spread the word of Sundays? Yeah, you don't hear any response when you keep knocking on the door and talking about Sundays, whatever the hell they are.
Does anime exist in this universe?
No.
No, because anime is trash, and so am I.
Anime is no. It's 2 bombs weren't enough. Anime is trash.
2 bombs weren't enough.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
The only country we dropped atom bombs on made anime, so I think we should drop more atom bombs.
To get more anime. Correlation does equal
What if we
causation.
drop atom bombs on ourselves?
Then we become weebs.
Wait a second. No.
I don't want to do that.
No, we make our own anime.
That's called cartoons.
We are anime. We become anime.
So yeah, Loen, you're in this small bedroom, and you can see a staircase leading downwards. But that's basically the only thing you see here. You don't see any way of going up further, even though this seems to be the only room on this floor.
So wait, does that mean North Korea is gonna start making anime?
No, South Korea is, because South Korea is the one that almost got a missile flown over it.
Yeah, but we're gonna nuke them.
You mean Hawaii?
Okay, you just walk down the stairs. Yeah, you see 3 rooms connected to this downstairs hallway. One of them is the hallway itself, which just seems to lead to the back door. The front door seems to be connected to a sort of living area, and there seems to also be a kitchen. This kitchen actually has a broken window in it. In the living quarters, as you're walking past it, you see a large cabinet at the back of the room filled with a very shiny bracelet, which has small golden gems around it. Are you going to just run up and open it up? A trap? What are you on about? You can give me an investigation check if you think it might be a trap. At first, you don't see any kind of physical trap. You sort of look for any hinges or strange devices, but then you notice small little inscriptions where magical runes are hidden. So you definitely think there's some kind of magical trap to this cabinet. As you go into the kitchen, you actually immediately see something that you wouldn't be able to see from outside. With the daylight spilling in, it's very easy to see it. There are caltrops all over the floor and all over the counters.
I begged you, miss me.
To the point where nobody could even use the kitchen or barely even step in it. There are so many of these thick, barbed caltrops. So if anyone wanted to go through the kitchen window, they'd severely get hurt. And this last room is this hallway, this sort of central hallway which connects the two rooms together, and is also connected to the back door. You see that the back door has a cat flap on it, which seems to have some kind of mechanism on the other side. You don't really recognize what this mechanism is, but it seems very strange that it's connected to the back of a cat door, which seems like it would make this cat door impossible to open for a cat. Like, it seems like if a cat was going through it, they just bump into this mechanism. It seems like another trap that just hasn't been activated yet. If someone were to, like, try opening the back door, for instance. Meanwhile, Astra and James and Dimble, are you going to try and doing anything?
I don't know.
Okay, James is sort of just waiting outside. Sean's sort of waiting around too. Dimble and Astra?
Just there.
I'm just not doing anything.
Yeah, if you want to, you can just use your hook shot to just go up to the next floor.
Don't I have some rope?
There are 4 floors in total, but you only see accessible windows on the first 2 floors. Then the 2 floors above them, they seem to have very thin windows that you would never be able to fit through. Yeah, you'd have to like use the grapple twice, like grapple up to one of the lower down roofs and then get up to the roof from there. You don't know. Actually, looking at it, you can see there's not really.
Climb up the roof
looking up,
too.
you can see there's no chimney around the walls.
Can I climb up to the roof just using like acrobatics?
Give me an athletics check.
All right.
It's more athletics if you're climbing.
I closed out my sheet again. Why did I do that? I don't know. Damn.
Yeah, you're pretty athletic. You easily climb up to the roof of this building. The windows do get very thin as you get to the top 2 floors, and as you're sitting on the roof, you get a good view around you. You can very clearly see now. There's like a circular area where these trees are all dead and the grass is all burnt and horrible. And so James is just perched on the top. And Astra, being salty and Senile, is not going to follow James around. So yeah. Yeah, you do see a back door, which you can hear footsteps on the other side of. Loen, you hear from the back door Astra shouting about Sundays. Are you going to say that in your own voice, or are you going to try and make it sound like a different person's voice? Give me a deception check, and Astra, give me an insight check. Actually, Loen, if you want, you can use... yeah, deception is probably higher for you anyway. I was going to say you could use deception or performance. But... Lime... okay, both of you re-roll. I think that's the only fair way to do that, is both of you re-roll. And take the new results.
Watch them all the same thing again.
No.
Oh.
Lime, you've heard it. This is the guy. This must be that what's his face? Kumoriash, a guy. This weird, powerful druid. He sounds so strange. His voice sounds odd, but he speaks out. You're going to kick the door. Okay, give me a strength check. You kick on the door hard, and it actually jostles this this trap that's on the other side of the door. Out from the cat flap, you see it flick open, and a huge flame just pour outwards towards you. You need to give me a dexterity saving throw. Unfortunately, that's not enough, and you take the full damage from this. Take 24 points of fire damage as this billow of flame just pours outwards. Are you ignited? Roll me percentile dice. I'm kidding, you don't need to actually. Like, you wouldn't be ignited from this. It's just like a huge burst of flame, and you quickly pat out the fire. But it really does hurt quite a bit. From the other side, Loen, you see that this trap has now been triggered, and once it's been triggered, it doesn't seem to be it seems to be inert, so it won't trigger again. Okay, so you sort of try and go inside. The door is locked. As you try and open this handle, you do hear the sound of the trap on the other side trying to trigger again, but it's not working. You hear like a few clicks. I'm just going to punch open. Give me a strength check. You definitely did injure it before with your kick, but you're punching more towards the lock. Unfortunately, it's... Oh yeah, you can just do a normal strength check. Yeah, you easily managed to punch down this door. With a couple of punches it takes to knock the lock off, and you managed to pull the door open. On the other side of the door, you see Loen. He was the one who was talking to you.
You got it.
Okay, give me a deception check, Loen.
Loen is the snake.
And Lime, you can give me another insight check.
You're the one who want to know about our Lord and Savior Sundari.
His voice cracks a little bit, as if he just made that up on the spot. That guy ran upstairs. You're pretty sure he was the one talking to you before. Eventually, Sean walks into the same door that you went in. James, you're at the top. Dimble, you're at the bottom. Dimble, what do you want to do? You're going to go into the building with them?
Yeah.
Okay, you sort of just go in through the back door as well. James, are you staying on top of the roof?
Yeah, I'm just chilling up on the roof.
Just chilling on the roof.
Just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Lime and Loen, Astra and Loen, are having a huge argument with each other, which is making a lot of noise. I don't know if this party knows what stealth is.
What the heck is stealth?
What the fuck is stealth? I mean, I have no idea what stealth is. And you just hear clank, clank, clank with all the people with heavy armor.
Heavy armor? What's that?
What's this heavy armor? Oh my god.
I like how James is the only one who without some kind of heavy armor, and he's also probably the tankiest out of anyone here. In terms of least likely to die.
If I play it right. I mean, if I do the same thing as they're doing, I'm gonna die.
True. Okay, so you go upstairs and you see this small bedroom. There are a few books scattered about. The books mostly seem to have covers which indicate they're about magic or about druids or about healing, that sort of thing. General nerdy books.
Nerds.
What?
Actually, give me a perception check as you're looking up to the ceiling. Or an investigation check, whichever one you want. Yeah, as you're getting ready to punch up to the ceiling, you actually see that there's a small little, almost like a hidden trap door in the roof of this building.
Uh-huh.
It's very well made though, so it's like you would have to. It was lucky that you saw it. Okay, you point here. Everyone now knows there's a trapdoor there.
Oh.
It has a very small string dangling from it, and you think if you just pull the string, it will open up. Okay, Lowen steps forward, pulls on the string. Give me a dexterity saving throw. An anvil drops from the ceiling and hits Lowen straight in the face. You hear a few bones crack as he takes 22 points of damage.
I would feel bad, but I don't at all.
It feels a horrible pain. It feels like your neck just got snapped because an anvil just fell on your face.
Ow. I hope he's not hurt.
But you do see that a small rope ladder does fall down from this trapdoor. Okay, sort of just climb up. As you climb up, you find yourself in what looks like a library of sorts. It's just got books lining all of the walls of this octagonal-shaped room. On one of the walls, though, there is a ladder that leads up once more to another trapdoor. This ladder seems to be a sturdy wood ladder. Are you going to go up and open the next trapdoor? Okay, if you want to. What is Astra doing? Because everyone else is sort of a bit hung back. These guys are like the only ones going up. So you're starting like at the bottom of the ladder watching. Okay. Lowen, you open up the door. I need to Google something real quick.
Google whether
Okay.
venom or poison.
Astra and Lowen, give me dexterity saving throws. No, I didn't mean from the first trapdoor. I meant from the second one. Oh, did you think it was the first? Okay, then that's fine. So you're sort of staying really far down. You won't be able to see up there, though. I will say. So you're not actually be able to. You won't be able to watch from there. I'll say the bare minimum you could watch from would be you'd have to be in the same room as Lowen, basically, as same room as this Lowen where he's climbing up this ladder. Okay, you're staying down. Okay, Lowen, you poke your head up basically, and you see a figure, almost shrouded in darkness, hiding behind this table. He points his finger out to you. It's like, "Get out of my house, you intruders!" And a small red bead flies off towards you, and then explodes. The entire top half of the house. Actually, James, you give me a dexterity saving throw as well.
Oh god.
A huge fiery explosion sends out a loud noise.
Oh no, my +8.
Yeah, you're fine. Well, not necessarily fine. You actually take half damage, but you see fire just erupt out of all the windows, James, and from downstairs you see fire just spill out through the top of the trapdoor as a huge fireball just exploded. I just need to see how much damage people take. Okay, Lowen's going to take all of this, and James is going to take half. Okay. James takes 12, Lowen takes 24. And that's where we'll end today's session.
What?
With everything exploding?
Yeah. Best end with a bang.
Ripple Reno.
So yeah, that's fun. I like ending on cliffhangers. Well, we did knock, yes, but you also did break 2 of his windows, and break 1 of his doors, and break in. We tried to be civil. Yeah, but maybe he can't hear you. Did you consider that? He couldn't hear you all the way on the 4th floor? No, he's not Lowen's long lost brother. That's spoilers, but yeah.
Spoilers?
Oh my god, now my fanfiction is ruined.
Guys, I didn't get to that chapter yet.
Shh, Lowen, don't reveal the big twist.
Guys.
But no. So yeah, what do you guys think of that session? It was a bit weird. But nobody died. Although Lowen almost died.
It's pretty. I don't know.
No combat this session, which was interesting. Although you did avoid a combat with scorpions, so there's that.
I don't think they will.
I think they will.
I don't know about that. Whoa. I have my microphone stand broke, and so now it's inside a cup as a stand, and it's not the best stand. It's my story.
But yeah, I hope you guys like the Gothic mansion thing. This was a bit weird. I don't think I'd like the start of the session very much, but I hope it wasn't bad.
What was wrong with the start of the session?
I feel like I rushed through that bit a bit. I might have rushed it a bit too much. I don't know. It might just be me being paranoid.
I think maybe the part with the guards, but I don't know, because it's over in like 4 seconds. I was like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
I feel like here's the thing. I was like, I knew that's what I wanted to do, and that was basically what was going to definitely happen. So that I probably rushed through it too much because you didn't know what was happening. But I guess I can learn from that.
I need to figure out how to level up my Eldritch stuff, because I don't know what I tried to read through that a little bit. I had no idea what it was about.
Oh, you get 2 Eldritch invocations, I think they're called, right, or something like that.
I don't know. I'll read through it tomorrow.
You basically just pick 2 of them, and you can get them forever.
All right.
So just pick the 2 that you like the most. Which there's some that are really obviously good and really obviously bad. James did get some info on Astra, I believe, didn't he? Oh yeah, he got it, but he never read it, right, or something like that.
I don't think I got the info on Astra. Not if
you got it, but I don't think he read it though, or something like that. Yeah, when he was invisible, he saw it.
Just the stuff from the computer, but that wasn't really.
No, yeah, it didn't actually have anything new.
It didn't have anything new.
Lowen, on the other hand, got a whole bunch of information on all of you.
I don't really have anything secretive, I don't think.
Don't think you do.
Why did he call you Mira or Myra or whatever? That was weird. It's pretty suspicious.
Yeah, super weird.
I mean, all of your characters are pretty much identical. Maybe they just are actually the same people.
Also, zoning of truthing your companion this late into the campaign, very rare.
That's an interesting moment.
I'm kind of glad that your party doesn't trust each other, even so close to the end. I keep saying so close to the end. It's not like we're that close to the end, but we're definitely in the.
Session.
The end is next session. This is the final boss. Hope you Don't know your feet, no. But we're definitely in the final stretch where it's like this is where things get exciting and things start coming together.
I just want to have an all-out battle with Arcana and be able to control like thousands of troops.
And when we get to do we can try the new weird thing.
See, I don't think if I told Astra, she'd be more mad at me for not reviving Sherry fully.
I think it's one of those things that this is actually really good storytelling because it makes sense for both of the characters, and like nobody was, you know what I mean by it makes sense for both the characters. James is doing it for Astra's own good. Astra wants to know because she doesn't. It's not that she doesn't trust James. It's just she doesn't trust. Well, no, I think it is partially that she doesn't trust James, but not the way that she thinks she doesn't trust him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's more that she doesn't. I think it's not that she doesn't trust him. It's more that she just doesn't like not knowing everything herself. She wasn't comfortable with him knowing something, especially when it was something so important. Yeah, kind of like Kirigiri. A total bitch. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, kind of like Kirigiri. Although I stand by my thing that Kirigiri was a bit of a bitch. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. It's more that I wish that the game did a teensy bit more to make her likable right at the end, where she actually like apologized.
There's no reason for to give you
that was so dumb.
Choice.
That was so dumb. Why put the option for choice if there's no choice? I get that it's one of her flaws, but it felt like poor writing to not acknowledge her flaw more directly and be like, "Hey, I know I have this flaw. Sorry," or something like that. Because it was more just like, "Oh, it's okay. I guess I forgive you for lying to me. It's cool."
Anyway, I'm gonna
it's like
go.
Okay, see you, Dabo.
Get out of here, Dabo.
Fine. Rude.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rip.
He can't do D&D because he's busy with stuff. Yeah, you also lost White. It's cool.
Alright. But we have Goat now.
Yeah. He's Bearpaw 2.0. And that's how I'll always see him.
I mean,
as
they're
a
both animals.
I'm kidding, obviously.
One's bear, one's a goat.
I mean, yeah. I can definitely have Kaji and Dwight come back. I don't know if I can have Bearpaw come back, but yeah.
Make Bearpaw come back. Force him back here. Make Bearpaw great again.
Oh wait, no, never mind. That was a different hashtag.
I don't remember seeing that on the trending page.
Clearly, you're on the wrong trending page.
Oh shit! I forgot that other trending page.
Yeah, the cool one for cool kids.
The cool kids trending page.
I'm glad it didn't suck. There's no such thing as right or wrong when you get down to it. I know what I would have done in that situation, but as like if it was a real person situation, but it's one of those things that there isn't really right or wrong, because it's some people would like to get pressured more, and some people would just want to be left alone, and it's hard to tell which people are which. Even if you know them really well, you might not know how they react to that sort of thing. So it's like sometimes the most talkative person could want to be left alone when they experience something bad, and sometimes the shyest of people could just really want to talk about their problems when something goes wrong. But you don't really know until I mean, you never really know. Yeah, really, unless you've experienced something like that with that person before, and even then, it could be different for different people, like different for the same person, if that makes sense. It's a big mess. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. I've got more Minecraft challenges to make.
Alright. Thanks for watching. Tune in to the next episode for some more death.
Yeah, I need to do 2 deaths this time to make up for the no deaths this time.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
Back in my day, we didn't have a word for yes. We'd just say no twice.
No, no.
And if we wanted to say maybe, we'd say no 3 times.
No, 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 no.
Excuse me, did you say no 4 times? That's actually really rude. Back in my day.
No, 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 no.
Why, thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no.
Oh, Jesus, are you still recording? That was... Wow. I didn't know you felt that way.
I gotta make sure everyone knows. Oh, that was great.
Oh my god, I don't know why we had that weird skit about old people, but I like it.
It was because of Senile Loen. Because he can see the Nile.
Denial ain't just a river in Egypt. That's like my favorite one-liner, like snappy one-liner.
Senile ain't just a river in Egypt.
Senile isn't a river in Egypt. Egypt.
Well, looks like you,
I think I'm having a stroke.
well, it looks like you don't just see Nile in the Egypt.
But it looks like you just don't. You suck. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. Oh, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go now. Then I'm gonna delay going for another minute.
Hey, you guys want to talk about next campaign?
Sure. Actually, do anyone know if they want to do the rota system for next campaign?
I'd be cool with it.
I'd be cool with it.
I would like to try out my own stuff with DMing.
Yeah, I feel like it's also one of those things that if it does crash and burn completely and fail, then at least it's at the start of a new campaign where we can just be like, let's just pretend that never happened.
So no name for now 4. Got it.
Yeah, basically no name for now 4 and no name for now 1. Oh god, thank god you weren't a part of that. It was just so you know, it was like the least balanced thing ever.
So
basically
no name for now 3.
So basically no name for now 3, but worse. Like it was bad. Like people would die so frequently, or not die, but almost die so frequently, and then some combat encounters they just stomp completely. It was bad. I think this is the most balanced campaign so far. Like I think they've been. I don't think there's been a single combat encounter that's been too difficult or too easy. You know. Can't think of any anyway. Although the Modrons are a bit OP. Oh god, the Modrons.
So for the rotor system thing, what kind of thing are you thinking? Like all in the same world, or like we could each do different things?
There's one. My main idea is like a sort of episodic thing, like Scooby Doo or something like that, where the person who's DMing just doesn't have their character appear, and it's like each session is its own adventure, and we can still do double sessions and stuff like that if we wanted to do a longer, like a 2-part or 3-part adventure. But mostly it'll be one session is the entire session. One session is the entire like mini adventure.
So how would we do that on Roll20?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that too.
It's like you'd have to be constantly promoting people to DM.
Would that be that difficult though?
I mean, I guess probably not.
I don't unless you can have. We wouldn't want multiple DMs though, would we? Like, we wouldn't want everyone being DM at the same time because then everyone would just see through the fog of war and stuff.
Yeah. I think you just have to promote whoever the DM is at that time being the DM.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll figure it out. And if not, I can always host my own thing, or someone else could host their own thing if someone else wanted to try doing a longer term campaign thing. I don't know. I don't know.
I have ideas. I don't know.
And just Lime, it would be a bit difficult without having voice, but it might make you very good at things like dungeons and combat encounters because they don't really require all that much talking, and they're more just your turn, what you doing, this happens, and you don't type exactly too slowly. It's more just another thing, you could just type out descriptions beforehand and just copy paste them if you need to. Like, that would be a good way, because that's basically the only time I'm really talking a lot is when I'm like, let's set the scene of this huge thing that's going on, and that would be sped up if I just copy pasted everything. Although I don't copy paste things because my notes have spoilers like trickled throughout them.
Oh, there's gonna be this dragon that appears right over there.
No, so I'll be like, the party meets with a young man with long brown hair, but he's totally evil, but the party doesn't know that yet. Like, that's literally some of my notes have been like that. So if I just copy paste the descriptions, I totally spoil you accidentally all the time. Also, my notes are weird. Like, I specifically write my notes for me to read them, so I'll sometimes just talk to myself in my notes. And I'll use words that only I understand and that sort of thing.
Yeah, BK, do the thing there with the stuff.
Yeah, that. But yeah, I'm gonna go now, or I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go until going for another 10 minutes. But yeah, no, I should really go.
All right, peace out, peeps.
Peace out, peeps. Peep out, peeps. Pizza out. Bye.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Literally get a hammer and smash your computer. Smash your computer to the ground.
BK, smash your new computer.
Totally. I'd smash or pass it. Wait, what? No. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Stale memes.
Thanks for watching.